Okay. I'm live. Hopefully you'll find me again. I can't help it. What can you do? Internet. Wi-Fi. I gotta get that long cable. They're expensive. I can't afford one right now. So just getting back into this new room, and hopefully there will be people in the room. Okay, so since this is a new one, so it's the Montreal Canadiens at the Detroit Red Wings. The game's probably on right now. Let's see if my internet's working well enough to have a live stream. Well, it's showing me, but it's turning. Oh, well, I'm there. Let's see if anyone will show up. Am I replaying my video? But that's not what I want. I'm streaming. Am I not streaming? When was that? We were what, the 7th? So why is this? Okay, so where are you guys seeing me? Are you guys seeing me, hearing me? Someone say hi. I'm just waving hi now. I'm confused with what's going on. Anybody see me? Okay, so I don't know why I can't get into the actual room on YouTube. Maybe I gotta refresh. So just hang in there with me a sec, guys. I'm really sorry about this, but it's the internet. It's not my fault. Everything was working beautifully, of course, till I start live streaming, and then it's gonna be all, you know the word. Let's see. Now, we are, there we go. Okay, just give me a sec. And I'm going to get in that room there with you guys. And it'll be a lot easier. Someone subscribed. If someone out there subscribed, I want to thank you very much. Come on, video. Let's go. There we go. I'm live. My computer just working slow tonight. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm back in. Okay, yeah. Okay, as I was saying, the lineup changes. Vadimo was in. Kulak is in. And who's the other one I can't think of? There's another change. Oh, Lindgren. Well, but we knew Lindgren was going to be in. So Fleury's out, and I'm wondering if it's not an injury because of the way he went into the boards on that hit that he gave, that he took the worst of. So I'm a little surprised Kulak's in, so it's got to be an injury. I don't think it's because someone played bad. I don't think Fleury played bad. So we'll see. Vadimo's in. I'm happy about that. Wheel is out. Good. Give him a rest. He needs a rest. Plays a lot of power play minutes. Got to have a rest, that guy. So I'm kind of wondering, what's our power play going to look like without Wheel? It's going to be interesting. Okay, let me get the game rolling here, too. Yeah. Okay, so we're a minute and a half in. Okay, now I'm talking. What do they say? I'm cooking with gas now. I ruined it. I got the game on now. I can see it. And I got the chat over here, and it's working. And I seem to be streaming. Okay. Hey, Nolan, no problem, buddy. Have a nice dinner. It's my new hat, David. I got this now. I guess it's about a week around Christmas. I got this around Christmas, just after. Yeah, I like it. It's much better than the other one. The other one's an older hat, that's why. So I needed a new one. Vadimo, Thompson, Weiss. Yeah, they moved Weiss over. Also, they moved Mete is playing on the right side tonight with Kulak. So I thought that was interesting. But it's kind of true. I don't know. Do they have any other defensemen? I don't think so. They got rid of Folan. They got rid of Riley. They didn't bring anybody else up. So that's probably why. So it's got to be that Fleury is hurt. Anybody hear that Fleury was hurt? Because I didn't hear a thing. Yeah, David, I know they're two of your favorite teams. I know that. Last time we played them, you were conflicted about. Well, you weren't. You wanted the Habs to win, but I remember. You're waiting. Jeff, what's going on? Is Trump making a? By the way, guys, it's like World War III has started. Iran attacked U.S. bases, so this could be a very historical day today. So you might remember this game and this day because it's pretty much the start of the Third World War. It's not very pretty. I saw the missiles going off. So Jeff, and I'm talking to Fedgehead because I know Scarecrow's also Jeff. Is he making a speech? Oh well, maybe you might be right about Fleury being benched, but I thought he played pretty well, and I don't know. You think they'd bench him for Kulak? I don't know. Yeah, maybe he took the pregame warm up there, the other Jeff, and he could be hurting. I don't know. That was a pretty heavy hit into the boards. The guy didn't hit him into the boards, but he bounced off and he slammed into the boards right on his tailbone. So you never know. Maybe there's a bruise there. Hey, Randy, Happy New Year. Thanks. Yeah, I just got it. I got it just after Christmas. Ghislaine, you were right. Hopefully it'll be tonight. I mean, Detroit's the worst team in the league. Yeah, they beat us twice before. I get it. But maybe tonight will be different. Let's hope, right? Looks like Lindgren is doing well. I've seen him make a few stops now, so that's pretty good. Hey, Jeff, I don't know why your message got retracted. Try it again. They called up Weiss. Oh, Weiss, I think this is his fourth game. So it was last week they called him up. Yeah. He's playing okay for, he's a fourth liner. He's playing okay as a fourth liner. Yeah, Mete's on the right tonight, Jazan. Okay, the other Jeff. Yeah, okay. I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping to see some. Well, I don't want to see him talk anyways. I hate that warmongering piece of shit. But I guess it's important to see what he says. For Weiss, no. Well, yeah, I guess so. Me too. I kind of thought, unless they trade him somewhere else, but he's playing well. He was doing well in the AHL, Weiss. So I guess they needed a little bit more toughness up there. Plus all the injuries, I mean, I think it's the only reason he's here. No injuries, then he wouldn't be here, I'm quite sure. Come on, guys. Get in there and get some goals. It's crazy that since the Gallagher injury, the top line, well, the Tatar and Deneau hadn't had a point till yesterday. I think Tatar, did he get a point? I think so. But they hadn't had a point at all. And if they didn't get one last night, they still don't have since Galley's injury. Heart and soul, this goddamn team, that's for sure. Yeah, well, Hudon, he's played 9 games up here. So if he plays another game, he has to clear waivers. It's the reason why you might not see Hudon for a while. McCarron also got traded. They traded McCarron to Nashville for a guy named, his last name is Dauphin. I think Laurent Dauphin. Guy drafted in the same draft as McCarron that some Habs fans think Montreal should have taken. Well, now they have him. I don't know if he's going to help or anything. I doubt he's going to help. Yeah, well, McCarron's days were numbered. He wasn't going to be up here. So I guess they felt they got somebody that has a possibility to make the team or to be, depth in case of injury and stuff. Got to have that. I don't know. I'm not sure, Joe. I'm not so sure I'm done with Mete, but I mean, he's on the third line right now, so don't expect the third pairing. Don't expect tons out of him. Lindgren in goal tonight, just like, yeah. I don't know if he's too soft. He's a smaller guy. He has trouble with the bigger guys. I'll give you that. If he grew up a Leafs fan, that's his business. I don't care about what a kid grew up and he doesn't know he's ever coming to Montreal. You can't blame him on that. Yeah, Austin, there's another one too. I think it's Barber played 9 games, and that's why another reason they sent him down, and he won't come back up for a bit because of that. Yeah, because of that thing. They don't want to lose unless they don't mind losing him on waivers. You don't want to put a guy through waivers if you don't want to lose him because you could. I don't know if he's not NHL worthy. He's not good enough to make this team regularly right now, but I'm sure. Look, put him on Anaheim or something like that. He could probably play. But he's like that close. So he may be a career AHLer. You never know. Hey, Austin, David's telling you Mete grew up a St. Louis Blues fan. Yeah, I don't know why all the hate on Mete. Why all the hate on Mete all of a sudden? Did something happen I don't know about? Yeah, Jeff. I'm gonna call one Jeff Head and the other just Jeff because it's easier or I'll just call you by because there's two Jeffs in the room. So one Jeff is saying all they got was a player with the same AHL stats and 6 inches shorter. I honestly don't think they got the guy thinking that he was going to play in Montreal, but McCarron was done. Sometimes you got to just move on from something. You may be right, Joe. You may be right. One thing I know for sure, it's time to fix the defensive problems. It's time to fix them. I think it's too late for the playoffs right now. As much as I hate saying it and all that. And yeah, I'm going to keep hoping and keep we're mathematically eliminated. But realistically, playoffs we're done. So seeing the kids and seeing what the younger guys can do is a good thing for next year. So I want to see them play some kids more. But I mean, I said that in my preview. I don't know if anybody watched my preview, but yeah, I did say that. I mean, the main thing is, look, it was a joke, but it's kind of true. Don't lose. If you don't lose, you win, and that's what's got to happen here. They got to stop losing. I mean, easier said than done. That's for sure. Yeah, Austin, you're right. Huno with I like a bunch of these guys that Montreal has a lot of small players, but you add 2, 3, 4 inches to that guy, he's definitely an NHLer. He can't overcome. He can't make his skills work with his size in the NHL. That's the thing. Yeah, Kovalchuk's not a defensive player, that's for sure. I don't know, Joe. I don't know if he's useless. I like his wheels. He can move, he can skate. That I like about him. And he's only 21. He's got a long way to go. He's got a lot of time ahead of him. He'll get better. Will they not move on? I don't know. They might. And tonight, I'm not going to touch the scrolling. If I miss anybody's question, please, if you really want me to answer something, you're going to have to repeat it because things are going to go past me. Yeah, Massimo. Sure did. We were talking about it. McCarron for Dauphin. Jeff, you're right that every win hurts the draft chances. I agree with you. The thing is, I don't like to tank that way. If we get into those spots that are really good, because that's where we really finished, I'm okay with it. I just am not okay with a team going out to lose. But if you want to say, look, it's time we play the kids a little bit more, at time we play Lindgren a little bit more, if that causes more losses and it gets you down into those spots, I'm good with that. That's not exactly tanking. Tanking is going out there and trying to lose, and I don't believe in that. That's to me what tanking is. Joe, yeah, I think you might be right with Juleson. Juleson is definitely not this year, next year at the earliest, if he can overcome his problems. Yeah, Gislain, you're right. He was with Arizona. That's where he played like 30 odd games. Yeah, Jeff, that's it. Don't tank, but play the kids. That's effectively tanking, but it's effective because you're getting the kids some experience. They're learning not learning how to lose, but hopefully learning how to overcome losing. And the only way to do that sometimes is to lose. And when you've got a lot of young players like that, the only way is to put them out there and play them. Like KK getting 7 minutes in the first 2 periods yesterday. I don't understand the reasoning behind it. Maybe there's a reason we don't know, but other than that, I don't get it. So yeah, play the kids, and then if that causes the tank, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Problem is Carey Price going to be okay with it. So what's going to happen with Carey Price? This is a big story. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow on my vodcast. So, and everybody's talking about it. Look, the hockey guy was mentioning it. 4 or 5 other things I watched, they were talking about this. So this is the news right now: is what to do with Carey Price. That means trade him, don't trade him. What do you do? How do you make it work better? Anyway, we'll talk. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow in my vodcast. So I don't want to go too much into that, but this year is quickly dwindling away, unfortunately. If they don't win tonight, I'm fair to say that they don't make the playoffs, like for sure. That's just the way it is. If they can lose 3 games to the worst team in the league, and 2 games to at the time the next worst team in the league, New Jersey, that would be 5 games to the bottom 2 teams. That's ridiculous. And then you don't really deserve to make the playoffs. Not only because of that, but it means there's something wrong. There's problems that need to be addressed, and getting to the playoffs, it's not going to accomplish anything. It's going to give you a false sense of hope, not give you a good draft pick. Not good. So I'd rather them miss the playoffs than get there and just be total garbage and be whatever, overrated, and come out of it thinking, well, we made the playoffs, we're good enough, and don't make the changes that need to be made, stuff like that. I think it's time with this team, instead of trying to patchwork a rebuild together, is to really do a rebuild. Yeah, from what I can see, the other Jeff, roadside, Lindgren looks solid so far. I've liked Lindgren's first game and what I'm seeing so far now. So if necessary, I don't see why they don't start playing Lindgren a little more. Give Carey Price some nights off. That should help him, and we'll see where it goes. Austin, it's not. Here's what I say about with KK. That's Jesperi Kotkaniemi. It's not fair to judge him against the other guys that he was drafted with, because number one is, if you're saying, well, he's up here, he's second year, he's not getting the ice time. He should be getting power play minutes. He's not getting put in the position really to succeed. And I don't get why at this point that's not happening. It's clear since he came back after that slew foot injury, it's clear he's solid and a good player and ready to take on more time on the ice. I think, anyway. Yeah, you're right. And that's one of the reasons, I guess, they didn't want Tkachuk just land. But I was a Tkachuk guy. Yeah, remember Montoya wasn't bad. I was kind of disappointed to see him go because he was still playing well and they traded him. Yeah, Jeff, you're right about Carey. He's not happy. They're losing, and they're not doing anything about winning. You know, someone made a point to me today about the two signings with Scandella and Kovalchuk, the trade for Scandella and signing Kovalchuk. Montreal's having a little attendance problem. They're having trouble selling tickets, and I just hope it's not that they brought in Scandella, who's a Montreal kid, who the fans are going to like right away and all that stuff. And then you bring in Covey, who's a big name, and obviously people are excited. If it was just to sell tickets, I'm going to be very disappointed in Marc Bergevin. I like Scandella, the Scandella move the most because he's a Montreal kid. He really wants to play here. And I think he could be a legitimate second left side defenseman. And if you get a better one, he can shift down to third and be for sure legitimate there. And he's a hometown kid who really, really wants to be here. To me, that's a good thing. But of course, he's not French, so maybe they don't want to keep him. I don't know. I don't care if you're English or French. You're a hometown kid. You want to have as many as you can that are good, that deserve to be here, not just because they're hometown. Trade Carey to Pittsburgh, let him have a shot with Crosby and take Murray until Primo is ready. Well, okay, this is the thing. Where he goes is going to be important because, and look, Pittsburgh doesn't have the cap space to take Carey Price, right? So that means, does Montreal have to retain some of that salary? There's still 6 seasons left on that contract. That's a lot of retention. So you need him to go to a team that can pretty much take him. And you need a goalie coming back. And you might retain some salary, but not like half of it. You can retain a couple million maybe. I don't think Pittsburgh can afford him, but he needs to go to a contender somewhere, some team that's pretty much Carey Price away from winning in the top 10. If they add Carey Price, they're over the top. You got to make a trade like that with them. Anyway, I'm seriously going to talk about it tomorrow. I don't want to get into all that right now. But listen, that's the talk right now. What to do with Carey Price. It's not necessarily trading him, but what to do about the Carey Price situation. Either that he's unhappy, how do we make him happy, or is it time to move him? So, I don't know. But I'm going to, I will know tomorrow during the vodcast. I got to work on it in the morning. This is one of the vodcasts that I'm actually going to prepare for because I'm going to watch a bunch of things. I got to research a little bit, and I got to decide where I stand. And if you really want to hear a very harsh look at it, but I think a really interesting one that's real good food for thought. And Jeff Fedgehead, I would really like to hear your thought on it. You might have already heard it. And that's from Brian Wild. It's Brian Wild. I talk about him a lot. You look him up on Twitter or just type his name into Google. Listen to his latest podcast that's from 2 days ago, so the 5th, I think. He talks about this. It's where I got the idea. I was kind of thinking about it, and I kind of decided I was going to talk about it. I want to talk about the refs as well. And, yeah, I'd be interested to know what you guys think about that because it's food for thought. And he's thought up every kind of aspect around trading or not trading Carey Price, and I think it's very interesting. And I'm not saying I want Carey Price traded, so nobody go ahead and say that I said that. Yeah, Jeff, you might be right. Hold on to some salary. Take a goalie like Matt Murray, who's not. I mean, he has his moments too. But honestly, and I've actually said this for the last couple of years, just never on video because price it's a touchy subject. But if you look at the teams that win Stanley Cups, not a lot of them have a Carey Price type goalie. You don't necessarily need a Carey Price to win a cup. And if you want to look and say, well, you do, well, it hasn't worked for Montreal. So you don't necessarily need that type of a goalie. You just need some good goalies. They don't have to be the best in the world or the best of this. Some good, consistent, solid goalies. If you have that, and it's not costing you an arm and a leg, and you can go out and get that defenseman that you need or that elite forward that you need, the team is different. And I've said enough, and you guys, it's not your fault. It's me because I talk a lot. It's the kind of stuff I want to talk about tomorrow. So enough said. I got to stop because I'm going to do my whole podcast here, and it's not going to be worth it. It's not that it's not going to be worth it. I need stuff for tomorrow for the podcast. Here I am blaming you guys, and it's me talking. How do you like that? Someone's hurt? I didn't see that. Massimo Price ain't going to Laval. He would not clear waivers. You have to waive him. I feel good. I just saw the LOL. Good stuff. But okay. Oh, a goal on the power play on a breakaway. Lehkonen got the first goal. I forgot to ask about that. It's too late now to ask. I had KK. Hey guys, yesterday I got it. If you remember, I know I said Covey, but I had them as first goal scorers, either Sherratt or Covey, and Sherratt was the only goal scorer with 2 yesterday. So I got one again. That's I think my 3rd time this year. I didn't get it tonight because I called for KK. Did anybody call Lehkonen? We didn't do it, so it's a moot point now. Lecky's on a streak. Lecky kind of scores in streaks. His offense is up, or maybe finally he's finding his offensive side. Because if you notice, his offense has been up for the last 10 games. So I like to see Lecky get like 20 goals a year. I think he's capable. He's definitely on pace. I think he's on pace for 18 right now. So a little bit of a push, and he can hit 20. I see him as a pretty much a perennial, right around 20 goal scorer. Was it a short? It was a short-handed goal. That's why the breakaway. I get it now. I'm not paying much attention. I'm trying to, but it's hard. Yeah, Jeff, you're right. We probably are 3 or 4 years away, and it's kind of okay. I don't want to get into it. Sorry, but actually, I appreciate the comment because you're helped me to build what I want to say. But that's right. He won't be here when we have success. Yes, I was predicting that he would, and you know what? He could still be here in 4 years, but he'll be 35. He won't be the same Carey Price. That's the truth. We need to kind of win a couple years if we're keeping him. I got rid of the game. Okay, I saw someone said shit. What happened? What happened, Jeff? Did they score? No, power play's over with no score. Okay, wait. So when someone writes shit in there, that means there's something happening. But nothing happening. Okay. What would you get back for Price? You'd get back, hopefully, I would say hopefully a goalie of lesser contract and some picks. You're doing it for picks, and you're going to need another goalie. So, I mean, it's not an easy deal to do. It's going to be one of those deals that's kind of specific. It's not just any team that you can trade with, Plus, the team, like I said, I think the team's going to need to be a team that is a definite contender, like a Colorado. I know Freddie good, but he's still young. You bring in a guy like Price, he mentors the other guy. I mean, it's possible, right? So there's a team. I think they can afford it. And, you get draft picks. Or a player. I mean, I don't know. And they have what? Who's there? Grubauer? Is it Grubauer? You can get back a goalie like Grubauer. Anyway, something like that. It's, you know what? I'm not sold on it at all, but it's food for thought. It's something to think about. And like I said, I'm going to go into it in the podcast. I know it's me talking. I know. Oh, you thought Kobe was injured? Okay, yeah, that would be something. 2 games and he gets injured. No, I agree with you. He's 31, by the way, but he'll be 32, I guess, for next season. But he's 31 right now. And yeah, you're right. It's not going to be. Well, it wouldn't be a team like that has a Binnington. Why? Why would they want Price? That won't work. That would not work. No, it's got to be a team that has the right need. That's what it is. Price for Rene, the Preds. I don't know if Rene's getting too old, but I mean, I guess you might be right. Yeah, you might be right about that, Austin. Yeah, but I mean, you can use picks, Jeff. You can use picks to make deals, other deals. So it's still good to have picks. But you are right. If you're trading with a big contender, yeah, the picks aren't going to be great. So maybe you get a prospect back plus a goalie. I mean, whatever. The point is, like, the whole thing though is the saving of the money on the cap that you can use to plug the hole. And if you're worried, everyone's worried about Shea Weber getting older. Well, you can use that to get the guy that can replace Weber when he retires or when he, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things you can do. If you have, imagine if we didn't have the 10 million on the cap, we'd have like almost 15 million in cap space. It's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of, and you know what? I think you're going to see a lot of speculation on this in the next little while. If Montreal doesn't start winning and to win, and I don't mean like, okay, win a couple of games, lose again. They literally need to go on a minimum 5-game winning streak. If they don't, it's over. So a win tonight doesn't mean it's not over. A win tonight leads to another win, and they can get back into the race. If they can't get back into the race in these next, and I'm being generous to say these next 8 games before they have their their bye week, they have a week off. Not after next week's games, they have 8 days off. If they don't pick it up and maybe even go into that break with an 8-game winning streak, we're hoping for nothing, because that's what they need to do. They need to play hockey where they're winning 5, 6, 7 games in a row, or else it's not going to happen. And that's just numbers, guys. Just numbers. Look at the numbers of how many games are left, how many points they need, and it tells you everything that's needed that they have to do. It's not easy. And if they don't go on that big winning streak, it's not happening. As much as I said the other long ago that I'll never give up. Yeah, as long as they are numerically still in the race, I'm going to be rooting for them. I'll be rooting for them anyway. But you know what I mean? But the reality of it is maybe they're not going to make it. The hard truth, unsugar-coated. Yeah, Primo might be ready now. I would rather wait till next season before we got to rely on Primo. But I got to tell you, seeing Lindgren play well is, if anything, is encouraging, because if you're going to do that, right? Say they do trade Price, then you're bringing Primo up and Lindgren here. Well, if Lindgren's playing well as well, it'll make you feel a little better in that you might have a good quality, what do they call it, duo in nets, It's weird. Last week, I'm talking about how we can still do it at Price, and then next week, we're talking about maybe we're trading Carey Price. But it's funny how it can make a difference, and a week can make a big difference. And it did. Them not being able to win made the hugest difference. Just think, if they could have won their 6-game winning streak, and we're not in this game saying, oh, they need a win, or it's over. 6 wins would have put us right back into it, and we'd be talking differently. So, because someone told me today that, you were talking about this something last week, and now all of a sudden it's all this. It's only been a week. There's not much time. And I said it's been a lot of time considering what's happened that they haven't won. So, yeah, that's how it is. And everybody's talking about this right now. It's crazy. I was getting prepared to talk about it after hearing Brian Wild's podcast. And I'm thinking, oh, good, okay, this is something good to talk about. It's 3 days away though, and in the 3 days, more talk and more talk, and now all the big people are talking about Price. Not everybody's talking about trading him, but there's talk about him. Gislain, a real fan, cheers all the time, and that's another reason why you don't want to see a tank that's like a dirty kind of tanking. If you're tanking and the kids are in and all that stuff, well, you've got something to cheer for. You want to see the kids do well, and you're hoping. Yeah, they're going to probably lose a lot, but it's necessary. If they're tanking because they're trying to lose so they get and it's these good players, they're not playing well, and you're going, well, come on, it's more frustrating. No. So yeah, you got to go all the time for your team. I love that Nordic 97. Love your I love your what do you call that, avatar? I don't know what that is. Love that Nordic's logo. Backup goalie, it's a harder job, it looks like, because you need to be ready anytime. Yeah, it is. It's like a reliever in baseball. Very similar. But look, I'm really pleased. Lindgren is 12 shots against. This is not a good sign, by the way. If Detroit's out shooting us 12-6 in the first period, not saying it's going to happen, but we're near the end of the stream. I want to say this is the first sign of worry for the game. Is if you watch my preview, I called this a trap game. This is a trap game for Montreal because they really need to win. Detroit's the worst team in the league, and yet they managed to beat them. And this is a trap game. Especially, I didn't see if Bernier is in nets. The good thing about it is if Montreal wins this game, that's a real confidence boost, and you can really use that to go forward and have some, some hope and confidence in yourself and stuff like that. Hey, Nolan, have a good night. Thanks for being here as always, buddy? NHL hockey news, man. You are so late because I'm signing off in like a couple more minutes. But thanks for coming in, buddy. Just for the future, you don't have to even check to see if I'm on. Now I'm able to put out, post it early in the day and then come on later. But I'm on as the game is on. First period, as long as it's still in the first period, I'm on. So you can judge it by that. Yeah, Jeff, that's all they can do. The season's probably lost. Is that they can move forward for next year that you start doing now. The season's lost. Bring the kids in. Imagine if they do that. They say, okay, we're going to make a couple of moves and bring in some young guys. And then what do they go on a winning streak and they actually make it to the playoffs? Can you imagine what a boost that would be for those kids? It's unlikely to happen. I get that. I'm not delusional, guys. I'm not. But, that could be something. So at some point and really soon, the Canadians have to decide, are they making the playoffs or they're not? And then make moves according to that. And it doesn't matter if they're not going to make the playoffs. Kovalchuk, so there's nothing wrong with having him there. Costs nothing. If they're really out of the race, he's probably going to want to get out anyway. You send him down to Laval. He doesn't accept. He's gone. He's off the books. Let him go to the next team. Because it doesn't look like it's going to matter that Kovi's here or not, unless we just want to see a guy maybe start scoring again, a great player that he once was, and have that as an enjoyment for the rest of the season. That could be. So we'll see how it goes. Price has a no movement clause, Massimo, but listen to that Brian Wild podcast. He makes a good point about how it doesn't mean anything anymore because most guys, first he said he knows Carey Price a little bit from interviewing him, and he thinks Carey Price would not say no. And a guy, if he says no, and then the fans get on you because, you could have helped the team. You won't go, you're selfish. So they're pressured almost. So sometimes a no movement clause doesn't mean anything. And it's been a long time since somebody's refused to go. Okay, I'm going to try to catch up, and then I'm going to sign off. Yeah, Nordic 97. Yeah, they made a trade. McCarron went to Preds. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything really. I mean, if anybody's really thinking McCarron was going to come up here and make a difference, I don't know. You might be delusional, and I say that because I don't think any of you guys are like that. That would think that you might have liked him, and it's sad and all that. But I mean, he wasn't going to do anything here, so you got to move on. NHL, you know why I don't do the second and third period? I barely get a chance to see the first period because of the chat. And I'm not the kind of host, because I've watched other guys, and they'll sit there for a few minutes and watch the game and ignore you guys. And I don't know, I don't like to do that. So I wouldn't be able to review the games. So I missed the first period a bit, which isn't so bad. And I get the second and third period, and I'm able to do my review videos, or else I wouldn't be able to do them. So that's really the reason. I guess maybe next season when I'm a little better at it, and I can find some kind of a system, or find somebody to help me and can read off the questions, I can watch the game and answer. That would be fun, but it's hard because I got to read. It's not easy. So yeah, that's my reasoning, and I'd rather give you guys the attention and read everything. I mean, you bothered to come here to watch this, and you're typing in questions. I feel bad ignoring them. I still like it, so I try to give you better service than the average live streamer. Pat yourself on the back, Rick. Okay, so where are we here? Okay, well, look, say I'm not interested in all that, but I gotta go pee. I gotta get ready for the second period. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate everybody who was here. As always, it looks like I'm spinning around. Damn it. I want to say goodbye and I'm spinning. Come on. Okay, well, this is showing I'm okay here. So I'm saying goodbye. See you guys later. Enjoy the rest of the game. I'll put my review out, of course, after the game. And let me see. Tomorrow's not a day off. I'm doing my podcast. Hopefully, you guys will watch that. And Thursday it is. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know what game it is Thursday. But we're back Thursday, Saturday. There's back-to-back games again next week, but this time it'll be Tuesday and Wednesday next week. And then I think they do Friday. No, then I think they might. I don't know how it goes, but they're off after the Saturday game next week. They're off for 8 days. 8. Okay, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Had a lot of fun. Really appreciate it. And see you shortly. Bye-bye, everybody.